Well, while I wait for parts to show up so I can actually finish this, we're going to do something about the engine, transmission, and generator sitting in the cockpit of the boat. Yep, it's now time to get it off the boat. Now most people would probably hire a crane and go haul the boat out. Maybe if you put one underneath the forwardmost section here, and then I set it back down, it'll twist this whole thing and drop the bell housings, or drop the pulley side. You know, I think now if I go to lift, I might be able to exert, if I can get like a piece of wood in here. But since that costs money, and I'm trying my best to save every little penny for the new engine, I decided to do this myself with a bunch of scrap wood on the dock. And a little help from my friends. But once we get to the point where we're sliding it down, we're going to need some rail meat on the other side. Oh yeah? I can tell a little bit.
Whoa!
Okay, we gotta watch the oil tubes.
Yeah, let me back this down then. Your end to slide around. Yeah, my end to slide this way. Oh yeah, bud. Oh yeah. I know what I'm doing.
Fucking easy.
I got this.
This is like.
All right, we are ready for the slip and slide. You kids ready? Somebody get the KY jelly. Here it comes. I don't want my famous last words as somebody get the KY jelly.
I kind of like it.
It is on brand for sure. Okay. Well, I think before we get too carried away with this next step, let's go get ourselves some rail meat. Nudge yours. No, it's on this end. All right. Think heavy thoughts. It's centered over here. It's fine for now. There we go.
That's sticky.
Yeah, I didn't wax it like I said I was going to. I estimate the engine weighs about 700 pounds here, and I know the generator weighs at least 500. So this isn't exactly lightweight stuff, and I need to be really careful not to let this slide or get out of hand in any way. Lifting our tabernacle up. That's not perfect, is it? Are we up?
Yeah.
We're up. Good.
Cool.
Okay. Oh, it's off the boat officially. Woo! Released entirely. Yay. Go.
Woo!
Yep. Well done. Alright, let's pull her back. She'll move.
Look at that.
Slowly, yeah.
Good job, Simon.
Alright. What do you think? Here with this thing's stuck underneath a little bit. I'll have to use my bar to get that out. Of course, getting it to the dock is half the battle. Now we have to get it up to my workshop on land, and that involves a big, long ramp.
What is this?
This is the transmission. It weighs about 200 pounds. It's actually a Borg Warner Velvet Drive, I think. Although it's hard to tell because it's so rusted that all of the nameplates have fallen off of it. And I'm hoping to be able to restore this thing. So if you want to see an episode about restoration of a Borg Warner whatever drive, leave it in the comments. We'll get to it.
That's 60.
Okay, now, there we go. Yes. You pull it up, I think. Only there was still a cross member here. Oopsie poopsie. Okay, so if you want to twist this that way, try and get it not land directly on me. Oops. You just stay there, okay, sweetheart? Don't go nowhere.
Quite the weight loss program.
Don't worry, this cockpit needs serious cleaning after all this shit.
No, the wood's just getting a nice oiling.
Yeah, that's right, it's boat goop. It's traditional.
Yeah, well, a lot of the boats around here have it.
Unbending, it's traditional. Oh my god,
It's like in there.
It's in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Here she comes! I'll get the tension on it, we'll get it. And then I might, I think we should put that block and tackle on it again.
I don't know.
Put it on again.
Yeah. I think so.
We need to check on our water line update.
Before and after for the water line.
Oh, yeah.
Before. Hey, look, there's a rudder down there.
Oh, fuck. Okay, this power cable got disconnected.
Quarter of an inch at a time. Percussive maintenance.
Oh fuck! Here we go. Slow down. Good, that's good. Got some redneck shit.
Real redneck shit. But it worked.
And this is where she'll live. I'm probably just going to part this engine out to help me pay for the new one. It's not really worth rebuilding with the price of Volvo parts being as high as they are. Got the engine out of the boat, and this is the collection of parts that came off of it. And I want to go through what all of these cost so that you get an idea of why I don't want to get another Volvo or rebuild this one. Now, first of all, I've gone through the parts selection and try to find the absolute cheapest. I'm talking Chinese knockoffs, I'm talking just used parts, everything I can to get this engine running again. And I kid you not, it's $6,750 just in parts for the rebuild. Now I can get full rebuild kits for all the other engines I'm looking at for in the $1,000 range. A few of them are up at like $1,800. Some of them are under $1,000, down at $800, but it's just ridiculous the price premium you're getting on Volvo. It's nearly 7 times the price. So let's go over some of these parts and you'll get an idea of what I'm talking about. First of all are the turbos. Now I just bought this one. This is like $900 for this Chinese knockoff of the K26 turbo. And then I also found a TMD41 turbo, which is mostly compatible. I can make that work. And this one is $1,300. We're off to a roaring start. Now these are parts that are made from other manufacturers. These ones in like a couple of Porsches or Land Rovers or something. The exhaust manifold. This is a wet exhaust manifold, so it's different from the automotive ones. I found one used, $580 for a used one. Next up, intake manifold. Used prices anywhere from $350 all the way up to $1,000 just for this intake manifold. Rocker arm assembly, this guy, that's $350 right there. So far, not so bad, right? Those are decent prices. Just wait, it's getting ridiculous. This is a heat exchanger. The Volvo TMD40 has 3 of these. One for the oil, one for the transmission, and one for the engine coolant. Do you want to guess? Look at this. It's a piece of aluminum. There's a bronze insert. It doesn't leak. What do you think? If your guess was $2,883, you'd be correct. Used price. A beat up starter. This is actually fairly reasonable. It's like $130. Not bad for a used one. I think it's like $350 for a new one, but not a Volvo part though. That's the key. This is a generic marine starter. This stupid fuel line, that's $280. That's all that is, just 280 bucks. Now we're getting ridiculous. This is the oil cooler. Do you see how Volvo makes it a custom part where it bolts to another bracket and isn't like a standalone generic part? Yeah, $3,800 for this with a working insert for a used price. That's ridiculous. Raw water pump. Luckily this is made by Jabsco, so this is only 280 bucks. This is the low pressure lifter pump. I don't know who makes it, but I'm gonna guess it's not Volvo because this is only 125 bucks. Buckle up, Buttercup. This is the injector pump. It's not made by Volvo, it's made by Bosch, but it's still $2,800 for this. And the injectors that go in it, I couldn't find them, but there was a sold out price for used ones at $200 a pop. There's 6 of them. That's 1,200 bucks right there. Cylinder head. Ooh. This cylinder head is about $3,000. Instrument panel. It's the instrument cluster, control panel, whatever you want to call it. That's $1,335. Whoop whoop. This is the circulation pump. It moves the coolant throughout the engine, not the salt water, but the coolant. It's sold out everywhere. Can't find these. So I'm just going off of the last one I saw sell used at $450. This is a transmission oil cooler. It's 1,300 bucks. This one's pretty rough, but it doesn't leak, so might still be able to get that much money for it. It's ridiculous. So for a grand total of this number, you can get all of these parts. Now, am I gonna get this price for all of these parts? Obviously not, right? I'm gonna list them, I'm gonna try and get them, I'm gonna undercut everybody else on the market, I'm gonna flood the market with these parts and just try and liquidate them as quickly as possible. But I do wanna get some money out of them, because if I can, I would basically pay for a new engine. Now there's some running low hour engines. I'm gonna go look at one shortly that's got only, I think, 900 hours on the clock, and the guy wants 4,500 bucks for it. So compare that to this, that's basically 2 oil coolers, you know, worth of an engine. Or there's plenty of other options. There's a Cummins 4BT for sale in Vancouver right now. That's fully rebuilt, fully restored, a 0-hour rebuild, and that's 10 grand. That's marinized, ready to go. So this or that. So don't get me wrong, the Volvo is a really well-engineered, great machine, and the fact that they were able to cram, you know, that much power coming out of just a 3.6 liter inline six back in 1979 or whenever this engine was built, that's amazing. It's very impressive, don't get me wrong. But Volvo seems to have made all of their money on the sale of parts. Now there was a comment in one of the previous videos mentioning that Volvo basically sold these at almost a loss, or at least let them sit in showrooms at a loss, and then made all of their money afterwards in parts. Now, there's still aftermarket parts available, like China is still producing parts, as you've seen with the turbo, that will fit this. But some of these super custom parts, like the oil coolers especially, the heat exchanger and all that, like all of those bits that are gonna corrode, that are gonna degrade if you forget to put zincs on it, the kind of things that people are gonna have to buy those prices are astronomical. And that's what I'm really talking about. That's what I want to avoid with my new engine. I don't want to get something where I'm trapped spending $10,000 on some just cooling parts that are super specific and hard to get. So it's not just that you can't afford the parts, but even just get them. Like half the stuff on this table isn't available anywhere online that I could find. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. That's inexcusable. And I really think that Volvo has destroyed their reputation by doing this. And it's not just this old 40 series. This is their D4 series that's happening right now. If you try and buy parts for some of their much more modern engines, you're getting the same problem as this. These guys are eating their future reputation for a short-term profit, and I think that that company is going to cave itself in, at least on the marine side. I'm just some guy fixing my boat. I don't know how to run, you know, a Fortune 500 company or anything like that. But this is idiotic. There's no way that this doesn't bite them in the end. And I've seen from lots of people that they're never going Volvo again, and I think it's pretty obvious why. Anyway, if you guys enjoy this episode, please don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, hit the Patreon for faster updates and more stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're gonna get to work, we're gonna make some money, we're gonna buy a new engine for my boat and get these parts out of here. See you guys next week.